morning, ladies and gentlemen. I must tell you, I'm excited. I'm excited to see parents, to see you, professionals. I'll call you graduates. I know you're still going to graduate. The academics, the heads of departments, all in person, together with the sponsors as well. This is the first time since 2019 since we held an in-person oath taking. So you are really lucky. In 2020 and 2021, the candidates had to go through the video screenings where I remember one of the screenings where I was directed by the video people to stand with my hands on my sides, not to look the other way. And even when you crack a joke, you don't know whether people are laughing or not. But to give it a bit more gravitas, you end up laughing at your own joke. So today I'm glad that there are people who are laughing at what I'm saying. Thank you very much. And I would like to welcome everyone. And first of all, I would like to acknowledge the sacrifices of all the parents, the guardians, the sponsors, for the role that they have played in making you to reach where you have reached. And also to acknowledge the efforts of candidates. You have gone through murky waters. You have experienced COVID-19, where you didn't see your lecturers for many months, and you didn't know, because there's a difference between in-person and looking at the machine. But you have soldiered on, and I would like to congratulate you for that. And I think it would be remiss if you don't take a step back and give yourselves a warm round of applause. Thank you. You know, health lies at the heart of every society. It is a sensitive human issue. When human beings come to a health worker, they are most vulnerable. They divulge their worst fears and their deepest secrets. And it is up to you, the health worker, to uphold the highest levels of confidentiality, uphold the ethics, and also give them the greatest care. And it is the point of this oath swearing ceremony that we are all gathered here. We don't have this in all the other faculties. It is mainly in the, as far as I know, it's in the Faculty of Health Sciences, or it involves the health professions. And that is why it's important that we all gather here so that you can vow to giving care, upholding confidentiality and ethics, and put aside all your prejudices and your beliefs, whatever they are, and give care to the people. On this note, I would like to give this opportunity to the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning in the Faculty of Health Sciences at the University of Pretoria, Professor Vanessa Steenkamp.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the University of Pretoria. It's not our campus, as we call it. Everybody calls their campus the main campus. We always say that the Prince of campus is the main campus, because, I mean, that is where you spend all of your time. But anyway, welcome, and it's a fantastic day, because it's a day to celebrate, a day where we undertake the oath for the profession of be working ethically and going forward. It's an exciting day for you. We've had a terrible time, you know, we've had ups and downs like it always has in life, even with academics. We've had the COVID pandemic, which actually took up quite a lot of your study time or years, but at least we can have your oath taking in person and celebrate together. I would also like to first of all thank all the faculty that stood by you during this time, and whenever you had problems, they were there to assist you. I'd also like to thank your parents. They are bursting out of their seams today with pride and being so glad that they got you where that you are. And I suppose maybe they're also thinking, shoo, at least you're going to be working now, and you're off them. But you know what? Parents, the lovely thing is when they come back, they really then respect you and realize what you have done for them in life. And I speak out of experience because I've got 4 boys, and that is exactly what happened. When they go out and do the year in community, they learn a lot. So that first day when you're going to be there is going to be a little bit of trepidation. You're going to be a bit scared, but we know that you are ready to actually take on the workforce. We would not let you go out without you having the skills that you require for this. So I would like you to give a big hand of applause to all your parents, your loved ones, and family that are here today for all their support to you. And then the most important people of today is you, the graduate. You that is going out into the field. I hope you're just as proud of yourselves, of what you have achieved, and you can really give yourself a pat on the back, and we will applaud you. The one thing that we will move towards at the University of Pretoria is paying forward. This is where we really look at our alumni, call back our alumni, and we're going to keep contact with you. Remember, the lecturers spent more time with you than your parents actually saw you with all your work. So we would like you to volunteer to come back and actually maybe give a class or help in a practical session. Or when we need mentors going forward, that we can just call on you. So that is the term paying forward. And we really hope that this is something that will keep a bond between us and not just on paper. As I said, we are very fond of you because we've seen you for a very long time, for long hours, and we'd like to know how it is going with you. Remember that the university is also still there to support you while you are out there, if there is things that you do need or any support that you do require. But congratulations from my side on where you are, finishing off, keeping the faculty high, and really believing in yourself and giving it all. Have a fantastic day, and we're looking forward to taking the oath with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Steenkamp. I must say, Professor Steenkamp is not the Deputy Dean for Teaching and Learning by accident. She really is passionate about students. And one of the projects that lie at the center of her heart is the Food Parcel Project, which is aimed at helping students with food. We have a lot of students who are needy at the university. And it is highly appreciated if anyone within the university community and outside could donate the non-perishables and other monetary donations to help those students. And the way this is handed out to students is in such a dignified way that we had more and more students coming forward to get the food parcels. And you will see in your programs there is a little bit of an insert, a little page, which tells you how you could make your donation to this project of food parcels. It's very important. Thank you very much, Professor Steenkamp. Let me give you the lay of the land. Our program is essentially divided into 2 parts. The first part will be the message from the head of department and the oath-taking ceremony, where the students in the department will stand up in unison and say after their head of department, you stand up wherever you are. Now, in the second part, you will walk to the side. You will be directed by the people who are responsible for that, but I'm sure you have gone through the drills as well. So you will move on alphabetically to the side of this room, and then when your name is called, you you approach the front and then receive either the prize or whatever handshake or whatever you are given. So just remember 2 parts. The first one, you don't have to leave your seat. You stand from wherever you are according to your department. And then part 2, which comes later on, will be when you are acknowledged individually, and then you'll be doing the march. Thank you. I would like to move on to our guest speaker for today. Our guest speaker is also an alumni of this university, Ms. Pearl Ntsehi. It looks like Ms. Pearl Ntsehi is still making her way here. We will insert that part in the middle of the 2 parts. So after the first part, if our guest speaker has found her way to this room or to the front, then we will insert the guest speaker and then move on to part 2. Now, before you move on to part 1, I also would like to acknowledge the heads of departments of all the departments in the School of Healthcare Sciences. This is the oath-taking ceremony for the School of Healthcare Sciences. The School of Healthcare Sciences is comprised of 5 departments: the Department of Physiotherapy, the Department of Occupational Therapy, the Department of Dietetics and Human Nutrition, the Department of Nursing, and the Department of Radiography. Now, the head of Department of Occupational Therapy is Professor Kitty Ace. The head of Thank you. The head of Department of the Department of Physiotherapy is Professor Joyce Mutabeng. And the head of Dietetics and Human Nutrition is Dr. Hitha Lehodi. The head of Radiography, who's also the head of the School of Healthcare Sciences, is Dr. Mabel Gekana. And then the head of Nursing is Professor Shelley Mowa. Thank you. Now, I would like to call upon now Dr. Hitha Lehodi to come and give a short address and lead the oath-taking ceremony for the Department of Dietetics and Human Nutrition.
Good morning. Thank you to our MC, thank you to our parents and all the people who are here to support our students. I'm now going to request our graduates from the Department of Human Nutrition, if you will please stand and take out your oath from your envelopes, please. We're not going to just recite it. We are going to make that commitment. So I'm going to count up to 3. We're not going to rush through it. We're going to just read with ease. All right, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. We're reading together now. Right? This is your commitment. So we're reading together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. As a graduate of the University of Pretoria, I solemnly pledge to fulfill to the best of my ability and knowledge this covenant. I shall serve humanity by promoting and maintaining nutritional well-being. I shall apply dietetic measures for the health and well-being of all those who are entrusted to my care. I shall refrain from harmful or prejudiced practice. I shall not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to interfere with my duty to my patients. I shall respect the autonomy of my patients, by guiding their informed consent for applying appropriate nutritional care. I shall not divulge confidential information obtained in my professional capacity. I shall respect the scientific gains of those dietitians in whose steps I walk and adhere to sound practice in evidence-based nutrition and dietetics. I shall uphold the Health Professionals Council of South Africa Code of Conduct and the Code of Ethics for the Profession of Dietetics in South Africa. I pledge to fulfill this covenant solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lekhodi. You might remember good old Mother Teresa. She once said, every time you smile at someone, it is an action of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. So when patients come to you, they are not only there to gain from your technical knowledge, or from your theoretical knowledge, or from your practical knowledge only. You are not a machine. You are a human being. They are there to find healing. They are there to see you as a beacon of hope. The first ways that you say to them, how you speak to them, how you behave towards them, will define that healing process. So it is important that you give them that smile. You say those kind words. It doesn't cost a thing, but it means a lot to your patients. On this note, I would like to call upon the head of Department of Nursing Science, Professor Shirley Mowa, to lead the oath-taking ceremony in the department.
I will go forward and lead the lamp, and then from there we'll take it from there. I would like to invite Prof. Mulauzi to come with me to light the lamp, because this is the last group of her tenure in our department. Can you go and light the lamp? And now I'm going to invite Dr. Bana to come here and tell you why were we lighting that lamp, the meaning of that lamp.
The meaning of the lamp, as explained by Ms. Alexander and Mrs. Charlotte Searle. The lamp in your hand is a symbol of those who keep vigil over the sick. It is the symbol of the nursing profession that those who nurse should be a light unto others. It indicates that you are prepared to develop your profession and to practice it in the light of the sciences, which are the building blocks of medical and nursing science. It confirms that you are prepared to carry out your professional acts in accordance with the ethical and legal codes of your profession, and that you are prepared to care for another in his uniqueness with knowledge and compassion. It is a symbol that indicates that you are prepared to be the following for those who need your help: the eyes of the blind who are sick, the power of movement for those who cannot move, the hands of those who do not have the strength to care for themselves, the comforter for those who are sick, the nourisher of those who cannot eat, the one who has to ward off the hazards threatening the sick, the protector of those who are helpless and those who are vulnerable, the mind of those who are unconscious, the intermediary between the doctor and other members of the health team and the patient, the advocate to those who have health problems. It confirms that you as a professional nurse are prepared to submit to the discipline of your profession. It serves as proof that you are prepared to serve as a role model for your profession. I give you the reveille of nursing. Let your oil of knowledge and let the love always ensure that your lamp burns brightly.
And now I invite every one of you to light up your lamps. And then, when done, can you humbly stand up and we say the oath? The same way, we are going to count 1, 2, 3, and we say it together. 1, 2, 3. I solemnly pledge to serve service of humanity, and I will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and dignity. I will maintain by all means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of my profession. The total health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all personal matters, my knowledge. I will not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life and make these promises solemnly free and upon my honor. Thank you so much. You might be seated. Don't switch off your light. Do not switch off your light.
Thank you, Professor Moa. I also have noted that you have pledged to be an example in your profession. That is a serious commitment. You always lead by example, and also always epitomize the values of the University of Pretoria in addition to that. Thank you, Professor Moore. The other day we were having a little function where Professor Steenkamp was also there, and we had one of the student representatives from another school within the faculty, and he said, you know, I always find the occupational therapy students to be positive. They are always smiling. I don't know what they teach them there. And he is also in health care sciences, in health sciences in the faculty, and said, I wish one day I could have one of these students to partner with me in my profession, because I want that positivity to shine through in my service. I wonder what Professor Kitty Ace is doing to these students. I will ask on this note Professor Kitty Ace from the Department of Occupational Therapy to give a short message and lead the oath-taking ceremony.
Can you please stand up so we can do the oath together? I hereby declare that I will be loyal to my profession and endeavor to promote the welfare thereof. I will not keep any treatment secret which I believe could benefit my client. I will not divulge any confidential information relating to my client. I will strive to achieve and continually maintain high standards of competence in my profession. The human dignity of my clients and colleagues will determine my professional behavior. The welfare of my client will be my most important concern.
Thank you, Professor Kitty Ace. I saw the smiles. I would like to now move on to the Department of Physiotherapy. The head of department, Professor Motabeng, once told me that actually it's more Tabeng, meaning here on top of the mountain, which means I stand aloft, I'm royalty. So I would like to ask Professor Motabeng to come and stand on top of this mountain.
Thank you, MC. I think you did that on purpose just to show them that physios smile more than OTs. So that's okay. May the physiotherapy graduating class please stand. I would like to call the mother of the class, your favorite guardian, to come and lead you with the oath, as you are the last group that she'll be class coordinator for. So you are very blessed.
Thanks, Prof. Okay, team, ours is slightly complex, so I will read it first and then you read after me. Okay. Upon receiving my degree in physiotherapy at the University of Pretoria, and upon my entry into the physiotherapy profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity, have the highest respect for human life, maintain the best of my ability the honor and noble traditions of the physiotherapy profession, practice my profession conscientiously and with dignity, treat my colleagues with the necessary esteem, divulge no confidential information about my patients, and to continue to promote the status of my university and accord to my preceptors to respect due to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that pledge. They may forget your name, but they will never forget how you made them feel. That is a quote from Maya Angelou. And that is your duty, to make the patients feel better. Not only just to cure them with medicine, but to heal them with your caring attitude. I would like to now call upon the head of department of radiography, who is also the head of School of Healthcare Sciences, Dr. Mabel Gegana. Now, when Dr. Mabel Gegana comes here, she will lead the oath-taking ceremony, and then I will ask her to remain on stage and start the second part, which is about the acknowledgement, announcement of candidates and prize giving. And during prize giving, I will ask, as I see that there are sponsors who have joined us on stage as well. When the prizes are given, the sponsors responsible for those prizes, I will request when they are here to stand up and help to hand over or shake the hands of the prize winners. Dr. Mabel Kekana with the oath-swearing ceremony.
Good morning, everyone. And to the radiographic graduates, the 3 students that are part of the 3-year program that we are phasing out, you're making us very proud. And I'm not going to be leading the oath, but your mama, Mrs. Setole, will do that in the traditional radiography way. Mas Tole?
Good morning, everybody. May the radiography student rise, please. Okay, a lot of you might be asking yourselves, why are they having a different light? So we are radiation workers. We use energy, so our light is supposed to be contained. And we've got a glass because radiation is produced in a vacuum glass container. So that is why they've got their light in a glass. And the glass has got a handle because as radiation workers, we do not touch the source. Every time we've got to be a little bit away from the source. So you can recite your pledge. I'm not going to lead you. I want you to recite it. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. I want to thank you all for making time, especially on this rainy day, to come and celebrate with us. And for our graduates, I'll talk to the radiographic graduates and all the graduates in the school as well. I want to thank you for your determination to run the race. We all know that the road is full of humps and bumps. We sometimes fall. What matters is we stand up, shake it off, and move on. In Sepedi we say, "Halina motloha pele." It is not about who started. It's about finishing the race. As you complete your degrees today, you're making us proud. You are adding to the profession of radiographers. From the Word of God, we also learn that we can make our plans, we can plant seeds, we can water them, but it is only the Almighty who makes them grow. So whatever plans we had, God knows the bigger purpose that He has for our lives. It is His purpose that you should be taking your oath today. Through the years as a lecturer in radiography, I came to realize that students who, for whatever reason, are put in a position where they have to repeat a year or two, they tend to grow so much in clinical skills and interpersonal relations. Take note of this and take advantage of it. I remember many years ago, when I was still a student, and it was in the 80s, in the middle of 1986. So when we were celebrating like 10 years of June 16, 76, so you can imagine the dances that we were doing those years. The Toy-Toys, Prof. Mutabeng was there. So we toy-toyed, and then at the end, we were supposed to graduate. And the lecturer said, stop. You didn't do all your clinical hours. Oh, okay, and I had to do some months. It was a month, like I had to finish my training in April. But all those days when I was going to the department day in and day out, I was gaining so much clinical experience. I know when I walk into the department and there were some NGO programs, the doctors will say, we want Mabel. And it make me feel so good. So that is what I mean by gaining clinical skills. It was not nice. I was like, I cried a little bit, but then I knew that I cannot cry forever. I have to do the hours. So I did the hours, but then I gained all that additional skills. So you have gained more. So when you are in practice, you have to show that you know more. Show that you know more, and knowing more, not only the clinical skills, but your compassion with the patients. Show that. As I've said, I do not know what God's purpose is for your lives, but I want to thank you for soldiering on. What you are getting is a University of Pretoria degree, and for that, I speak to all our graduates. You have all taken an oath today. You are pledging to serve with respect and compassion, pledging to work with other professionals for the overall benefit of the patients. Remember your duties and obligations as a healthcare professional. Remember also that as a citizen of the country, you also have rights for your health and well-being, for your safety in the work environment. It's nice to have rights and you can demand them. Don't forget, when you go into private practice, you will be the employer and the employees will be demanding their rights from you. So it goes around. Remember that all the things that you expect from your employer, the day you start your private practice, I just want to emphasize that, your employees will be expecting the same from you. Go out and serve with pride. Go out and lift the name of the University of Pretoria high. Go out and make us proud. Remember that you are ambassadors for UP. As the alumni, you will be the ones who will help attract more applicants to choose UP or to shun UP. So we want to see more positive applicants like yourself. Tell them that you enjoyed your study at UP. You did, eh? Okay. You have been trained at the best university, internationally renowned for research, teaching and learning, and community engagement. And you being the products that have done also the IHL module, you know what interprofessional relations is all about. You know what it means to be a leader and start a community project. Your work as a healthcare professional is not limited to the hospital environment. When you interact with the members of the communities, do not forget to just give an educational advice whenever an opportunity arises. You are well-rounded, having received your clinical training in 3 tertiary hospitals, starting with the big and beautiful Steve Biko Academic, going on to Kalafong and then Tembisa. Besides these tertiary hospitals, we also have regional hospitals, district hospitals, community healthcare centers. You are well-rounded. You can face anything out there. And you have even experienced private practice. So after your community service, you have a wide variety of choices of where to go if you do not want to start your private practice right away. In conclusion, I'd love to say, you may be a healthcare worker today, whether you are working with flat shoes, high heels, or what, I don't know. But remember, tomorrow, you might be on the stretcher and be a patient. So whatever you do to others, that is the golden rule. Do unto others what you want others to you. Ubuntu, umuntu, umuntu gabantu. I want to thank you all, and congratulations for coming this far.
Thank you, Dr. Kekana. Yes, fine, you are done with that part of the program. I will call upon you to now announce the students, graduates, candidates, and also give the prizes to the prize winners. Dr. Kekana.
All right, I mentioned that our graduates for today are the last of the 3-year program. And because of the transition, we have the 3rd-year students that are not here because they're not completing this year. So they will be 4th years next year. So the prizes for the new degree will be awarded like next year. But we have our sponsors here. I know there's TechMed, and I think Lodox and everybody that are here. We're happy to have you around. And then we will send you the names of the students that are going to be receiving. So you will come again. You will come again. You will come again during the merit function next year when we issue the prizes.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, and my number 1 graduate, you can come forward. I think it's Leah Mopape. Beautiful hug. Well done. Shake, Prof. Yeah. The prizes. Yeah. But, okay, Lindy has got some. All right, the second one is Sanctuary Obi. Beautiful. Well done. Then we have Nkomi, Mako Maselapa. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Gekana. I've just been reminded that we live in South Africa. There will be load shedding at 12 o'clock. Lest we forget, because it's so bright and nice, so, we need to be reminded sometimes. So, most importantly, at 12 o'clock, when load shedding kicks in, there will be darkness, obviously. But don't panic and don't move from your seat. It will take about a minute for the generators to kick in. So just remain seated where you are. We'll have a bit of paucity for a minute and then resume thereafter. I will now call upon the head of Department of Physiotherapy, Professor Joyce Mutaveng.
Thank you very much. Before I read what I have, let me see the glass. You see, I need my glasses to see here, but to see there, I don't need them. So I can see you, you're looking beautiful as always. Your students are always beautiful, Prof. And congratulations once again. I've got a tiny message written for you. And before I read it, I just want to speak with you from the heart, because you are the last group in the final year of my tenure as HOD. I will not be one next year, you know that by now. So that makes you a special group to me. But also, as I mentioned during your graduation ball, what we call grad ball, you are also the group that are finishing when I turn 20 at UP. This is my 20th year at UP, so that adds to your speciality to me. So I just felt I need to speak to you from the heart, and then I will read a little something from you. It won't be from the big book. I know you're used to me reading from the big book, but I will refer to it because it is closely related. Now, as you graduate today, well, you finish your studies today, you will be on the graduation stage bigger than this next year, but you are graduates. You're going to start working. There is something I'd like to share with you. And as I say, sometimes I refer to the big book. In the big book, it's called 1 Corinthians 13. Who can guess what that is? Love. And I was so glad when the speaker, talking about the lamp from Nessing, said, "Let love make your light shine." Because I think that love is very important, and I will be reading that brief message soon. You are going to be part of the leaders in your communities. The degrees that you are getting from UP prepares you for leadership. And the first letter of a leader is L. And I want to use love and learning for that first letter as your message to take home as you go and work with patients. You must have a love for learning. Do not separate those two. And I'm not reading the big book, as I said. Let's focus on the learning. You have passed. Why am I talking about learning to you? Because learning never ends. I always say, anyone who says, I can't learn anything anymore, is no longer alive. Because as long as you breathe, you can learn from anything and from anyone. Be open-minded to learn from your patients, from your colleagues, from your bosses, from your peers. Be open-minded to learn. If your mind is open, you can learn from anyone and you can become a better person. Also, love yourself. You know, you're going to serve the community, you're going to serve patients, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot love them if you do not love yourself. Love yourself, take care of yourself. Especially post-COVID, we have seen how mental health has been a problem affecting almost everybody, all of us. So take care of yourself, make sure that you are healthy enough, strong enough to look after your clients, your patients. Please love yourself. And the other love message that I'm going to read is from Professor Donabedin Aventis. Some of you may be familiar with him. My research group might remember him because their research framework was based on Donabedin. Does anyone remember what that framework was about? Structure, process, and outcome, right? That's the framework that Donabedin coined, and it has been used for quality assurance throughout the centuries. He coined it 55 years ago, but it is still one of the best models of quality assurance in healthcare. And just for your interest, the students were looking at patient satisfaction as one of the measures of quality of the services that students render to patients. Now, Professor Aventis Donabedin said, ultimately, the secret of quality is love. You have to love your patient. You have to love your profession. You have to love your God, whoever you perceive him to be. If you have love, you can then work backwards to monitor and improve the system. Donabedin is known as the father of quality assurance, and apparently he has written over 11 books and 100 articles. Now, why am I talking about him today? Because the services you are going to render out there must be about quality. That's what UP prepares you for. He talks of quality assurance. Make sure that nobody says, oh, that tax physio graduate does not know what she's doing. Show them that you are made of quality and you deliver quality, because that's what UP prepared you for. So in conclusion, love, learn, keep them together. Love the people, love yourself, love the work, love the environment. Anything that you love, you will pay attention to. And part of paying attention to is making sure that you learn how to make it better. Keep yourself updated. Attend courses, attend congresses, attend CPD. Okay, the HPCSA does not expect it in your ComServe, but it is not against the rules. You can do it not for points, but just to keep yourself updated, because that's what we've taught you as an evidence-based practitioner, that you will keep up to date with the latest development in your field of work. Now, before I stand down, I would like you alphabetically to start going from Albany coming up, because I'm going to call our teaching and learning coordinator to start reading the graduates. And how she's going to read them is, as you stand here, you will come to her, you will give her your ticket. In your envelopes, there are tickets. Some are loose, some are in envelopes. You take out that ticket, and then you give it to her so that she can read your name, your prizes, if there's any prizes. So may I call upon Dogotela LZ Korki to come and read out the graduates.
Thank you, Prof. The physio students here, you can all line up. Meet Mrs. Kumati here. Luanda, Albany. He also receives the prize, the second prize, and then the best research project for presentation, as well as the runner-up research project. I'm super proud. Danelle Anthony. She receives a degree with distinction. Then she also receives the prize from BSN for the Best Physiotherapy Research Project in the final year of study. Kanisa Beloy, congratulations. Anise Bester. Sanam Bula, she receives the degree with distinction, and she also receives the Best Final Year Student in Neurology Prize, sponsored by Rehab Works. Well done. Super proud. Magdalene Boshoff receives the degree with distinction. Mignon Black, she receives the degree with distinction. She also received the following prizes. From the Department of Physiotherapy, the Professional Development and Leadership in the final year of study, the Best Final Year Student in Orthopedic Manipulative Therapy. The prize is sponsored by the OMTG Group of Northern Gauteng, Mrs. Kumati. She will stand there on that side to hand over the prize. She also receives the prize for the Best Student in Principles of Physiotherapy, sponsored by the Department of Physiotherapy. She receives the prize, and it is a shared prize, for the Best Research Project Presentation. She receives the prize for being part of the group as the runner-up in the research project, sponsored by Van Skyk Bookmark. And then the prize sponsored by Johanel Smit from Sanlam as the Best Final Year Student in Physiotherapy. Sarah Buchanan, degree with distinction. She also receives the prize from Van Skyk and Bookmark for the Best Final Year Student in ICU. Before I read Sabia's name, I'm going to add it here. Jared Campbell is currently, he's not here. He's one of our fourth year students who is in Egypt. He's representing our country as part of the national hockey team. On behalf of us all, well done, Jared. Sabia Kasim Noor Mohammed, degree with distinction. Alex Kromme, degree with distinction. Nicole Kromme, degree with distinction, and also the Best Final Year Student in Clinical Practice. Congratulations. The prize is sponsored by the South African Society of Physiotherapy, and Mrs. Magda Fourie is here to hand over the prize. Kyla Cross. Dominique de Jager, degree with distinction. Annika de Pree, degree with distinction. Yolandi de Tooy. Brittany Ferguson, degree with distinction. Nadine Fourie, degree with distinction. Nicola Hatton, degree with distinction. Jessica Hirsovich, degree with distinction. Okay. Just going to give them some time to receive their prizes and sign their oaths. Yeah. Claudia Jarman. Sunay Jordan receives the degree with distinction. She was also part of the research project who presented their research the best. She was also part of the runner-up research project. The prize is sponsored by Van Skyks Bookmark. Tia Kotze, degree with distinction. Lebogang Letlalo. Andile Makalima. Monique Malherbe. Palesa Maloma. Knox Manele. Mongezi Masangu. Hope Masuku. Ons sy man boek. Amukalani Mate. Makoba Matloba receives the degree with distinction, and she was also part of the research group who receives the runner-up research project sponsored by Van Skyks. She was also part of the research group who had the best research presentation. Godfrey Matsipa. Well done, Godfrey. Tatum Mitrovic with distinction. Lutando Mdini, he was part of the research group who was the best physiotherapy research group in the final year of study, and the prize was sponsored by BSN. Well done. Sinutando Mngadi, she was also part of the best physiotherapy research group in the final year of study, prize sponsored by BSN. Nomfundo Mukwena. Lebu Meloto. She was also part of the best physiotherapy research group in the final year of study. Nomhle Msiza. Anele Mtetwa. Kanyesile Mtumbeni. Nicole Mill, degree with distinction. Umbarai, perseverance. Congratulations. Rutendu Muyengwa. Konrad Meiberg. Lungile Ngwenya. Congratulations. Usisiwe Nkomo. Michelle Nolte, degree with distinction. She also receives the prize as being part of the Best Physiotherapy Research Project in the final year of study, sponsored by BSN. And she also receives the prize as the Best Final Year Student in Sport, sponsored by the SASP National. Mika Petersen, degree with distinction. Rachel Russell. Carla Schultz got the degree with distinction, and then she also receives the prize for her outstanding contribution to the profession of physiotherapy while being a student. Carla was the class rep, how many years? All the years. And Carla truly contributed in not only serving her class, but serving the department as well. The prize is sponsored by the Department of Physiotherapy. Sikulele Sebia, she was also part of the Best Research Presentation. She was also part of the research group, who is the runner-up in the research project for the department, and the prize is sponsored by Van Skyks. Congratulations. Yeah, well done. Erin Simpson. Ashley Steenkamp, degree with distinction. Cindy van Berg, she obtains the degree with distinction, and she was part of the research group for the Best Physiotherapy Research Project in the final year of study, the prize sponsored by BSN. Pamela van der Merwe, degree with distinction. Lisa van Straten, she obtains the degree with distinction, and she also gets the prize for the best final year student in ICU, and the prize sponsored by Van Skyks and Bookmark. Our last student from the class of 2022, Nonhlanhla Zwane. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you very much, Prof. Mutabeng and Dr. Korki, for presenting the students and the prize-giving ceremony. There's a chap that you might have heard about, known as Abraham Maslow, who talks about a hierarchy of needs. He talks about lower level needs and higher level needs. And the lower level needs are the need for food, for shelter, for security, which I'm sure by getting your qualifications and succeeding in your professions, you will easily take care of. But he also talks about the higher order needs, which culminate in the need for self-actualization. Now, self-actualization is much bigger. Self-actualization is beyond saying, I have a job, I'll continue speaking. I think I've warned you already that we'll have load shedding, so just remain where you are for about a minute when our generator will kick in and we will resume with the program. I was talking about a chap called Abraham Maslow's higher order needs. And thank you. Self-actualization talks about transcending the basic needs and being the best that you can be. If you get any job, even without going to university, you can satisfy the basic needs. But ladies and gentlemen, if you come to university, which is the highest level of learning, and you are only satisfied with putting food on the table, you are remiss, absolutely remiss. As a graduate and being a professional in your field, you are expected to, after satisfying your basic need, to strive for self-actualization. That is, in your profession, for example, you can vouch to give the best service to your clients, to make sure that every time your clients leave your practice or your patients leave you, you leave them with a mark where they feel that they have been healed, and also you get fulfilled by seeing them being transformed from the person that they were before they got healed by you. It is also, they talked about lifelong learning. It's about also going beyond what we have achieved now, becoming a specialist engaging in groundbreaking research in order to make new discoveries about the profession, to come up with new ways to heal in your field. So I'm inviting all of you to really strive for self-actualization and use the knowledge that you got from your degree and step on it to achieve greater things. What you have achieved is just the start. It is not the end of it all. So I would like to read about some of you having reached the heights of your profession or being talked about as the best occupational therapists, and that will make us all proud. I will now call upon Professor Kitty Ace, who is the head of Department of Occupational Therapy, to come forward.
I think we must nominate Dr. Matsabatela to become an honorary occupational therapist. He talks our language. Like you do. So to our graduates, you have given an oath today. And I want to remind you that the oath is a sincere promise regarding one's future, actions, and behavior. And the occupational therapy oath hinges on 4 premises. Number 1 is honor. You are going to be kept accountable for your professional and personal behavior. You will be asked to always be mindful of the privilege that you have to serve the citizens of this beautiful country. Number 2 is courage. Courage is the value that gives you the moral and mental strength to do what is right, with confidence and determination, even in the face of temptation and difficulty. Number 3 is commitment. This is the consistently strive for improvements in the quality of your work and to continue to measure your outcomes scientifically. Number 4 is leadership and teamwork. Leadership is the tool which provides you the ability to develop partnerships to the benefit of your clients and to stay abreast with new developments. Remember that the interprofessional education and collaborative practices foster better healthcare for your clients. You took the oath today, not for yourself, but as a form of respect to the people that you are going to serve. You declared today to uphold your profession, to maintain high standards of practice. The oath gives the public the assurance that they will receive the best professional service possible at all times. Take the oath that you are going to sign in front of all of these witnesses today. Frame it, put it on your wall in the office, look at it daily, and live by it in your professional career. Remember, we are a relatively small community of therapists, and we see those individuals that conduct them well and make huge differences to their clients and to our profession. With this in mind, I want to tell a story of a farmer. And this farmer yearly won prizes for his good crop. And then one year, a reporter came to him and he asked, "But I hear that you are giving your seeds to your neighbors. Why are you doing that? Because you're in competition with them." And the farmer said, "Remember, we are living in a small community in this district. And if the wind comes, there's cross-pollination. And if I don't give my best seeds to my neighbors, it will influence my own crop negatively if their bad seeds are cross-pollinating my crop. So take this from the farmer, that we are actually all living in a community of occupational therapists where we want to uphold our profession. Those who want to live meaningfully and well must help enrich the lives of others, for the value of a life is measured by the lives it touches. I hope you will follow the lead of this farmer and enrich the lives of others that cross your path in life. Thank you. With this, I will call on all our graduates to come forward. Cassidy Blackbeard, the degree with distinction. She is awarded the highest mark in the final year of occupational therapy, and she receives the Wona du Toit trophy, which will be given to her. She's awarded a prize for the highest mark in the final year in the physical field of occupational therapy. The prize is sponsored by CE Mobility. She's awarded the prize for the best student in practice management in final year, and the award is sponsored by the Occupational Therapy and Private Practice. And then lastly, she's awarded the best student project in service learning fieldwork, and the award is sponsored by Mrs. Success Moagi. Congratulations. Michelle Botha. Cassandra Boyazoglu. Rachel Cole. Jenna Lisa de Camara. Yeah. Lisa de Beer, degree with distinction. Emma Field, degree with distinction, and she's awarded the prize for the best research project in the final year. The prize is sponsored by UTASA. Congratulations. Cyan Furness. Marnie Grobler. JC Grobler, the degree with distinction, but also awarded the prize for the highest mark in psychiatric clinical fieldwork. And the prize is sponsored by the Northern Gauteng branch of UTASA. She's also awarded the prize for the student that embodies the values of occupational therapy as voted by the fourth year class and the lecturers. This prize is also sponsored by the Northern Regional Group of UTASA. Bernally Herbert. Karma Jacobs. Dominique Jonker, the degree with distinction. Geluk. Alicia Jordan. Rejoice Ganyagu, congratulations. Dante Knock, she's awarded the prize for the best research project in the final year, sponsored by UTASA. Millega Kortring, baie geluk. Tanya Mule, baie geluk. Pretty Makwakwa, she's awarded the prize for the best student research project, awarded the prize for the best student project in the service learning fieldwork, also sponsored by Success Moagi. Congratulations. Suzanne Marnitz, degree with distinction. Baie geluk. Nomsa Wenkosi Matentwa, congratulations. Mamelu Mukele, congratulations. Okay. Johanne Moelman. Boitumelo Motsumi. Natasha Mubi. Congratulations. She's awarded also the prize for the best research project in the final year, sponsored by UTASA. Congratulations. Muchudzi Nefale. Pomolelo Nkwane. She's awarded a prize for the best student project in service learning fieldwork, sponsored by Success Moagi. Congratulations. Stefanie Oudendal. She's awarded the prize for the best research project in the final year, sponsored by UTASA. Monique Pretorius, the degree with distinction. She's awarded the prize for the best student in vocational rehabilitation field in occupational therapy, and this is sponsored by Dr. Enos Romano. Lisha Prinsloo, she's awarded the degree with distinction. Boitumelo Rapaloi, congratulations. Melissa Rattray, degree with distinction. Megan Rode, she's awarded the prize for the best research project in the final year, sponsored by UTASA. Anzaret Skeepers, degree with distinction. Monique Seal, awarded the prize for the best student project in service learning fieldwork, sponsored by Mrs. Success Moagi. Nolwazi Shandu. Lauren Shepherd. Congrats. Caitlin Slawson, the degree with distinction. Megan Steele, degree with distinction. Congrats. Arlene van der Beest, degree with distinction. And then lastly, the recipient of prizes that couldn't make it here today, and that is Elizabeth Smith. She has the degree with distinction, but she's also awarded the prize for the highest mark in the final year in the psychiatric field of occupational therapy. The prize sponsored by Professor Wilhelm Werdemer. She's also awarded the prize for the best overall student during community fieldwork, and that prize is sponsored by the Health Source Trust. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Professor Kitty Ace and the occupational therapy students. Earlier on, I indicated that we had a guest speaker. Now, our original guest speaker had some commitments and communicated that, but then we do have a speaker who will take very few minutes, and he is affiliated to physiotherapy and exercise medicine. I attended a talk a while ago given by Professor Martin Schellners titled "The Drug That Everybody Must Take." Now, I wanted to know this magic drug that everybody must take and what it was. It was an expert lecture where he was invited by the Vice Chancellor. Now, I went there. He's the head of Exercise Medicine and High Performance Center, which also trains elite athletes like Caster Semenya. You might be aware that we have a high performance center here at the university, so he has that. And when he started giving his speech, I realized that the drug that he was talking about was exercise. And he broke it down scientifically, how exercise can help prevent and manage disease. Now, Dr. Karel Viljoen belongs to physiotherapy, and he also affiliated to exercise medicine, and he is going to be our speaker for today. Dr. Karel Viljoen.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask for a raise from the faculty. It's the second speech in a week's time that I'm unprepared for. But let me share just a quick story from my personal experience. I'm not going to talk about exercise. That's maybe going to help you guys going to ComServe as well. So I went to my graduation, and my mom is not a very emotional person. She'll rather write a letter or she'll just ignore the emotion totally. So on the day of my graduation, she slipped a note into my jacket pocket. And I never knew this, and she didn't tell me there's a note in my pocket. So we left it there. So I went into ComServe, and ComServe is a very dangerous place. It's a time where you've been studying very hard, you've been pushed for deadlines. Suddenly there's no more deadline on you. You can get away with doing very little. That's the reality of it. So, and that was my same. I got into ComServe, there's no more homework, there's no tests. You party nice and enjoy life. And then the one day I treated a rugby player. A lot of rugby players play rugby to get a bursary at university. They hate rugby. They want to use rugby to pay for their studies. And I took the same approach. I got a bit late, went late out, got into practice. I didn't do my best for this patient. In the end, this patient lost his contract, so meaning at the university, and he couldn't study further. Yeah, so I was indirectly or directly the result of this guy losing out on being able to get a tertiary degree. No, that's how hard I am on myself. Then there's obviously confounding factors as well. And that evening was I took my girlfriend out to their hostel ball, and that evening I discovered a note in my pocket. No, that's the same day this guy told me he lost out on studying further. And I took the note out, and this note read, it was a French explorer quote. I can't remember the name of the guy, but the quote said, if one man gets the opportunity to live an extraordinary life, then he has no right to keep it to himself. And let me say it in a lot of females in the room as well. So if one woman receives an opportunity to lead an extraordinary life, she has no right to keep it to herself. And the note ended in Afrikaans saying that this degree in Afrikaans, die graad was jou kans. So this degree is your opportunity. So this is the message I want to come and give to you guys today. Go and enjoy ComServe. You've been hard through the studying period, so go and enjoy ComServe. But never forget this oath you took now. Because this is why you study. You're in the business of helping people. And always uphold that, always strive towards that ultimate goal of helping people around you. And never let the less responsibility make you less of a clinician out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Carol Viljoen. That was short and sweet. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. I just want to add voice to what he has said. Never forget your pledge. Remember, put aside your prejudices and never forget your pledge. If they bring a prisoner who has done the most heinous crimes, it's not up to you. You are there to provide a service. The judges are there to judge a person, and other institutions will deal with that. You are a healthcare provider, and that is what you do, and you stick to your pledge. Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to call upon the head of Department of Nursing Science, Professor Shirley Mowa, to come and announce the students and the prizes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again, Dr. Emmanuel, for this opportunity. I'd just like to take some few minutes to congratulate our graduate in the nursing department. Today, you are marking the beginning of your new era. Throughout the years at the University of Pretoria, you showed us that you are the nurses for the future. On days like this, I need to remind everyone here that the others who were with you and the others who were before you could not make it. But for you, you reach and you run your race. So, however, you have worked very hard, you have enjoyed, not enjoy. Yes, I just like to put it straight that you have enjoyed, and then you have run your race to the fullest. And when taking this oath today, and you are going to sign it off there, remember that you are binding yourself to serve humanity. You are the middleman between the patient and the other professions, as the lamp, as Dr. Bana indicated. Please put UP on the map. Please continue to be the student that we know you are. And I continue to congratulate you, all of you. I'm going to call Dr. Bana, who was the program manager through your study here at UP. Today, I'd like her to give you all your accolades as her last day today to be the program manager in the department. Thank you, Dr. Bana, for the video.
Thank you, Professor Moore, for the opportunity. Grace Ash. Mahalatse Baloy. Ulrika Bron. She obtains the degree with distinction. She also receives the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the best achievement in midwifery in the final year of study, as well as the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the best achievement in nursing science theory in the final year of study. Josie Jacobs. Annika Janse van Vieren. Kamogelo Letsualo. Nombuzo Makubu. Bongiwe Maseko. Nolutando Maseko. She achieves the Henrietta Stockdale Floating Trophy for the student with the most professional attitude during the year, and this is a shared award. Johanna Maswifi. Gaugelo Matabane. Marianne Mentz. Ochepeng Meti. Tuso Mashlala. Pichero Mokwena. Moronjoa Motlapema. Petronella Mpato. Daniel Pidas, and Daniel achieves the Henrietta Stockdale Floating Trophy for the student with the most professional attitude during the year, a shared award. Tamron Riley. Liani Shonken. Nicole Schutz. She achieves the degree with distinction. She also achieves the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the best achievement in psychiatric nursing in the final year of study. This is a shared award. Mogologolo Selala. Danielle Siwe. Sitembile Sikosana. Tebojos Kosana. Kristen Small. Kristen achieves the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the Best Achievement in Community Nursing in the final year of study, as well as the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the Best Achievement in Nursing Science Practica in the final year of study. Anya Sneeman. Poncho Tamaha. Stephanie Trudeau. Ayanda Tutuka. Cassandra Tuehazen. Leandi van der Merwe. Leandi achieves the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the Best Achievement in Psychiatric Nursing in the final year of study. She also achieves the Charlotte Stirl Floating Trophy for the student who demonstrated the most compassion during any year of study. Carleen van Zyl. Carleen achieves the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the Best Achievement in General Nursing Science in the final year of study. Shanae Vogt. Danae Webb. And Tracy Lee Young.
Thank you very much. From the Department of Nursing Science, Dr. Bana and Professor Shirley Mowa. Now, we are slowly nudging ourselves towards the end. Now, this will be the last of the 5 departments in the School of Healthcare Sciences, the Department of Dietetics and Human Nutrition, which will be led by the head of the department, Dr. Hitha Lehodi. Dr. Lehodi.
Thank you, Dr. Matsabatlela. The first is now the last, but we are definitely not the least. As we welcome our graduates. As the Department of Human Nutrition, we are honored to have walked the journey of training with you. We also thank and appreciate our sponsors, those who are present with us and those who are not able to make it today, for the prizes that will be awarded in the different fields of excellence. Today, as you took the oath, you have made a promise to yourselves, to your fellow colleagues, to your families, the university, and the world at large. We release you as a perfect and beautiful seed. You have been tested, and your quality has been assured. As a seed, You represent potential, you represent hope, life, opportunity, fruitfulness, and multiplication. And as our seed, we believe you will weather the storms, you will be light and float on the wings of change, you will be swept away by the currents to fertile ground. You've been trained to work together in a multidisciplinary team with your colleagues from other professions, all to the betterment of the health of patients and communities whose lives and health you have committed to improve. The world awaits the fruit you will produce. And as you produce those fruits, remember to be sweet, so as to bring life and a smile to those that you serve. Remember to be patient, so that you can share your knowledge with simplicity. Remember to be humble, so that you can reach the simple. Remember to be simple and teachable, so that you can learn from the wise. Remember to listen, so that you can hear the cry of the hurting and the cry of the weak. Remember that you are a fruit that gives and not one that takes life. Therefore, as we release you, we say, be fruitful, multiply, and feed the world. Thank you. I'm filled, Robin. Congratulations. Cheza Sibulele receives a prize for the highest marks obtained in advanced human nutrition. The prize is sponsored by Future Life. Welcome. Marnie Klassen. She's awarded a degree with distinction, and she gets a prize for the best overall academic performance, sponsored by Nestle South Africa. Thank you. Yay. Nalei Devet. Okay. Robin Denton, distinction in the degree, and she receives a prize for the highest marks obtained in medical nutrition therapy. Congratulations. Okay. Hadley Liesel receives the degree with distinction and obtains a prize for the highest mark obtained in dietetic profession, awarded by Future Life. Congratulations. Invernisi JC. Congratulations. Janse van Rensbeck Yanni. Well done. Gianni Zandile Fortunate. Well done. Jonker Nicola. Well done. Okay. Bridget Matthewson obtains the degree with distinction, and she gets a prize for the highest marks obtained in medical nutrition therapy, sponsored by ADSA. Well done. Hello. Mukemani Kamuhelo. Well done. Mukwena Haupalelwi Lerato. Well done. Okay. Otterman Nicole Kamen. She receives the degree with distinction, obtains a prize for the highest mark obtained in research in the third and in the fourth year, which is sponsored by Delta Surgical. And also, Nicola receives an award for the highest mark obtained in nutrition support in the 4th year, sponsored by Fresenius Kabi and Magda Harsbroek and Leonore Coates. Well done, well done. Okay, thank you. Pretoria's Taylor Kim, well done. Rafeti Melissa, well done. Roche Giselle Elmarie, well done. Is it Rue? Yes. Rue Ilke Lisa, well done. Singh Zakira, well done. Okay. Strauss Sonia, well done. All right. And then now we're going to announce the group awards. So this award is for the highest marks obtained in community nutrition, which is offered in the first 10 weeks and also in the internship. The award is sponsored by RESAF International, and Anne Ace and Nepalama Edgar. These are the people who are supposed to award it, but are not, oh, they are present with us. You did, okay. All right, but the award goes to Sibu Cheza, Marnie Klassen, and Giselle Rocher. Please come forward so that you can take a picture. Are they all here? Together. All right, together. Oh, you're coming. Okay, I wish you could fly. All right. Okay, while we wait for them, there's also another prize that is a joint one. It is for these students get the distinction, the degree with distinction. The prize is for the best performance during internship practice. It is awarded by Nativa Awards, and the prize go to Sonia Strauss and Giselle Rocher. So I'm going to ask that the three, Chedza, Marnie, and Giselle, please come forward. Yes, so that we can. Are you here? All right. Somebody somewhere is taking a picture. All right. Yay. Well done. Okay. And then Sonia Strauss and Giselle. Oh, is Giselle that side? Okay. Let's wait. Let them. Thank you. All right. Are you? Yes, please come back. Sonia Strauss and Giselle Rocher. Congratulations. All right. Thank you, Nativa. Okay. All right. I think my job is done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, it can be deceiving when you see these graduates walking in style on stage, and you think their studies were a walk in the park. It was far from that. There was blood, sweat, tears involved. And I think collectively we should give them a resounding sound of applause. Thank you. And again, it's a pleasure to get direct feedback from the audience and to hear the laughter. Absolutely. And just to emphasize one other point, which was spoken a little bit earlier, about interprofessional relations and communication and dealings. Although you are different professions within the School of Healthcare Sciences, you are all working together in health. No nurse can work alone. No doctor can work alone. No occupational therapist can work alone. A radiographer needs other healthcare professionals. So you need to create closer links with those in other professions so that you can work together effectively as a team. And what better way to start those networks here at the University of Pretoria, because already you are confident about your colleagues' abilities. They come from the same university, for goodness sake. So I will encourage you to build those relations and interpersonal connections so that you can continue to work together, not in silos as different departments, but as teams out there in the communities, together, working together to give service to the community out there, because you need each other. So the same care that you give to patient and the same compassion, the same understanding should be extended to your fellow professionals. I would urge you to do that. Now, as we move towards the final items of our program, I will ask upon the head of School of Healthcare Sciences to give a word of thanks, Dr. Mabel Kekana.
I greet you again, Emmanuel. Must come down. Okay. Greetings again, and thank you. Thank you very much for this beautiful day. And for this beautiful rainy day, showers of blessings. Kaspedi bareng, dipula tsa lehlogo no like it. Hey. And I want to thank everybody for not being deterred by the rain, but continue and say, this is the day that we are not going to miss. I want to start by thanking our graduates. The past 2 years were not easy through COVID. But what is interesting is we got used to learning online. And the beginning of this year, it was, what is the university saying? In class. Write a test in the venue. No, we want to write online. Forever having textbooks, open book. But you are passing, no more open book, and we are here. So I want to congratulate you. You have done it well, and you're making us proud. I want to thank also the parents, the guardians, the friends, and all who supported our graduates through their sweat, tears, and blood, and everything as they were going through their studies. Thanks to the staff members in the School of Healthcare Sciences, to the HODs, driving the boat, the 5 departments, is not an easy task. But we are a beautiful bunch, beautiful 5 HODs. We work so well together. And that is why today we are celebrating together for the very first time. And what an opportunity to be looking and say, oh, okay, so this is what occupational therapy does. Wow. Now I'm looking, now I see big pictures that side. I say, oh, now what is happening there in human nutrition? So it's beautiful. We're learning from each other. We're learning also about the stories of the lamp, everything that entails interprofessional education. In as much as we groomed you to work interprofessionally, we are also as staff members working interprofessionally, and we're coming to know each other. It's not like that other one from nursing, that other one. We know each other because we are always together in our communities. What is a school without a faculty? We have a beautiful faculty. Health Sciences faculty, and our dean, in his absentia, Prof. Tian Tiager, is leading us so well. And I want to thank Prof. Vanessa for representing the whole deanery. Thank you, Prof, for being here with us. To our sponsors, thanks a lot for partnering with us all the way. And I know most of you, it is not only about the gifts that you bring on a day like this. Some of you will call you and say, come and teach us something. What is the latest technology in the industry? And you say, anytime. Just give me the date and the topic, I will do it. And our students get all that fresh information. And for us as staff members, it helps us to know what are the things that we must emphasize, what are the latest trends in industry. We appreciate all that from our sponsors. LCP Productions, you're putting us on the map, and I think people are watching me internationally everywhere. Wow. So I'm not just in Pretoria, but everywhere through LCP, and that was also through the support from our faculty, the office of Mrs. Karen Duprier. So thank you very much, Prof. And our photographer, yes, we want those memories. Even though we go in digital, digital on the cell phone everywhere, we still want the hard copies. So yeah, we will distribute the pictures through the departments, you'll get your pictures. And we want to thank you for being here with us as well. Our marketing office. Have you ever seen an office for the faculty managed by 2 people only? And the beautiful work that they do, organizing such a big function, and not only this one. We have 4 schools, they organize for all the schools. Mariana Sindisiwe, we thank you very much for always guiding us and leading us and making sure that we have state-of-the-art events. To all who contributed to making this a success, when I talk about staff members, I'm not only referring to the academics. We can't do this without our support staff. And I want to thank everybody. And in conclusion, this is our first joint event. Planning it was not easy, but as I'm standing here saying my last words, I feel that it was a success. We might have offended someone somewhere if we have stepped on your toes or we said something or did something to you. It was not intentionally meant to hurt you or to harm you. So for that, we say, sorry. And to everybody else, let's give ourselves a round of applause for a beautiful and successful event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I would like to thank you as the Master of Ceremonies or Program Director for being a wonderful audience. You have responded. When I crack a joke, you laugh. When I say something which I think, might be worth applause, you give a round of applause. Wonderful. Thank you so very much. We have reached the end of our program. There are refreshments outside, more than enough for everyone. You might have seen when you entered. And also, I will wish you a safe journey home before we sing our national anthem. There will be something, an electronic, that will guide us through the national anthem before we leave. So then after the national anthem, then you can stand up and continue with the festivities and enjoy the refreshment outside. Thank you very much and enjoy your day.